psychologist, like a motivational speaker. Okay, that's my over here, I think. And then I understand that your Scream co-star David Arquette is actually a certified Bob Ross painting instructor.
What the fuck?
On set. Did you ever have the pleasure of taking one of those art classes?
I think I was actually working when people took that class, which is one of my greatest. I think I don't. There's a very few times where I felt and embarrassed. Like he is like an angel of a person. I can't believe he's real, but yeah, he gave the entire cast the Bob Ross lessons. So we would walk into our collective green room, and there would just be beautiful paintings everywhere. But he also had a red tricycle that he gave us all the code to, so that when we wanted to get our groceries, oh, let's just take Dave's tricycle. He was always hanging out, always like trying to update himself on K-pop because we had a band member who really loved K-pop. He's an unbelievable man.
She Yeah, I'm in a cutscene.
That's an enjoyable sauce.
We'll take that. You know, all day long.
Not trying to blow smoke here.
So I've had some interesting conversations with actors in the past.
Honestly, bro, I don't know, bro. I just be playing the story, bro.
Kind of mask.
I don't be caring about all that other shit.
Playing a character like Wednesday, whose whole vibe is emotionless.
When you're gonna be the lead of a story, you have to have some sort of emotional arc, some sort of emotional payoff. And Wednesday doesn't actually have.
Boy, you see me beat half of Wukong without getting any of that shit.
That everybody goes for the 60s Wednesday and 90s Wednesday, while also, feeding into that, but also giving a new take and
I just be focused on the story. That's what happens when I play story games, bro. I'm really just trying to see shit through.
the old material and took traits and aspects that I knew I could easily weave into my own iteration. It felt like a good path.
You can chat GPT it before you proceed.
This next sauce, halfway mark. Alright,
Very nice.
this is Brooklyn Deli.
It's an open world game. I don't see why you can't go back. But maybe you can. I don't know.
I'm really trying to.
So I think it's the
I see
first
where
kind
we're
of
going.
jump.
I see where we're going.
I don't be looking back, brother. I just be looking forward.
It has some redeeming culinary qualities, but as you say that, I'm even seeing like I'm starting to tear up a little bit, you know?
Should I follow you as well? We'll be like emotional support.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna lean a little bit on you.
Okay.
Okay, John, we can't all.
That's what I'm here for.
There we go. I can tell.
Cupid, bring the facility onto the cloud network.
So last year you talked about not being able to care for a house unit, but spoke very reverently about protecting your 1897 edition without Waldo Emerson essays. What for you is the magic of collecting books?
I typically, I don't write a lot of screenplays, but I do like to write a lot of essays. A bit of an atomic my essay, I'm on the right kind of things that, I take a certain thought or idea and I just kind of elaborate it on my own. And someone like Emerson, a lot of his work is essays. So I feel like the more that I read and kind of see the tangents that he goes on or the little debates that he has with himself kind of encourage me to do that. But books are incredible. I wish that people would read them more. I don't want to read them on an iPad. We need real substance. Like, go outside and read a book.
Is there a Gen Z trope or stereotype about teenagers that you see in scripts or on TV that gets under your skin?
I think for me, because I look a bit younger, I've been acting for
Bro, this game is making my armpits sweat as much as Call of Duty.
stories, and I feel like it's always the bratty teen that
Like, I have a whole puddle on my armpit.
which I think is true, and I think it's hard to nowadays with all this new lingo coming around, but I feel like my generation, because there is so much accessible to them on the internet, there's just more opportunities for them to learn. I wish that they were given a bit more credit.
Come to Prime for the summer I Turn Pretty. We were liars. I'm determined to get the
pay every trip. We'd be out here all the time. A lot of nature out here.
Buy now, pay over time. Cash App Afterpay.
Tina, figure out what you're doing.
We can be smart sometimes. I'm so excited. Alright.
You don't have to join my screen share. I think Jenny's about to join the party. She's fun to watch.
Fellow action there.
And you'll be happy to hear we made it here in one piece.
So it's
Just to let you
fascinating to
know,
read that
when you
Thing
come
was
back to the beach
CGI,
for the
but
gel,
rather
my
played by
patron would
Romanian
like to talk
magician
to you.
Victor Dorobantu.
Yes.
What was the most creative or memorable way that you saw him tap into the creative depth of that character using his hand?
Oh, it actually was that king operating scene where they weren't on him, but they were shooting my coverage, and it's the first and only time it was in Rise. And I went to like reach my hand out to him, and he kept my hand, like it was like comforting me, and I actually started crying. Like I restarted the line because it actually made me sad, and we just like laughed, and that was like a real bonding moment for Victor and I. But kudos to him because they had him in all kinds of crazy positions.
Yeah, he's like in a whole that they edit out like later. So that you can think like the hand is there, but he's physically there acting with it.
Yeah, there's a command in the entire show, and they took him out. But I remember they before.
I just hit the touchpad and he said, anybody out there? And someone, yeah, just me.
I would say go ahead.
So that means there's someone playing, right?
Yeah, I'm feeling all right.
That's crazy. That was a little bite.
Good flavor.
So you called the horror genre your second thing, and then once a joke. I don't know what it is about my face, but people always want to throw blood on me. When did you know that you liked it?
I think
I know when I was younger, when people
Fragile is in one of the 007 movies, the actor that plays Fragile.
when people would jump out from behind walls or something like that, I never moved. I never flinched.
Yeah, pretty sure.
So I felt like trying to get them back at the start of it all. I think I'm a very
What makes the slasher comedy genre?
oh my god, it's got all the classic teenage tropes. It's got incredible gore. I feel like there's just so many staples that it's inspired so many horror films to come since then. It's just a proper way to do a slasher. Like if you ever needed some sort of guiding light, I think Prom Night is a really, really great.
Yeah, Leah said, oh.
Can you explain the process of what goes into putting together prosthetics like this?
Yeah, you go.
She's in 007, No Time to Die.
So you sit in a room for about 30 minutes, they create a cast, like this rubber cast. Then they send it to some lab, they make a mold of your face, and then they just make a bunch of skin grafts. These fake skin grafts. Something like that takes about 4 hours to put on. They might add like some glycerin or water. You're pretty much good to go. But that will not move. You're good. As long as you don't do something crazy, you're
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Alright, Jenna. It is that time. This is the bomb beyond insanity.
I'll take like a healthy bite as well, because I need the actual experience. It's a bit aggressive. I think I may have been right to be scared.
But look at you just smiling right in the face of it.
Can you see my white knuckles?
There you go. Now my turn. What's the secret to a perfect guacamole in your life?
It's been a while.
You need so much lime in there.
Not really.
And jalapenos.
Mark, no. We're the same.
Just choose good avocados.
I'm gonna pick Hartman.
Fine is the answer. I hate it when they throw pico de gallo just on top, like very casually, just a couple of tomatoes. Doesn't do anything.
will be joining you on site in Australia.
Fully submerge it, do it the right way. If I don't see any cilantro in there, disappointing. And yeah, if the avocados are too white, then you know that it's gonna be hard and
All right. Pulling up
don't
his
rush
profile
them.
from the database.
And then in 2019, the New York Times published the controversial guacamole recipe. They called for a ratio of 2/3 cup fresh green peas to every 3 ounce pie.
If this is a UCS
No, I do live a little
That's what I was 5%.
And again,
Obviously. Incorrect.
I got
You know, if ever I had some soda to lean on somebody, I'm happy it's this episode, because I'm going.
I'm so sorry. Anything you need for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. Like, you could take the whole fucking, like,
It's
that
a-
off.
Yeah.
You
Just
can
in
tie
time
it
still haven't explained to you, isn't it?
to move on to the next
I think it's time a certain someone
This number 9 wing is taco
up.
box.
the president.
I have the strength, you have the strength.
the guy who took over after
This is me leading, John.
More
Alright.
precisely, the UCA doesn't have a presidential system anymore. That Hartman was the first and only president, making it one of the shortest-lived single executive administrations in
You're
history.
literally.
One can only guess what he felt about it. Previously, the president was subject to the will of the people via a popular vote every 4 years. APAS, however, is far more efficient. It can ascertain public opinion in real time and thereby determine the appropriate course of action.
This fashion week.
This led to the adoption of a new model.
I used to be a really big fan of Ski Boise when I was younger, and still am.
he is a
He was like, I got to
He is
meet
not
Gaspar
the president
Noé,
of the UCA.
incredible filmmaker.
Rather,
I really
he
admired
is the
for a really
president
long
of
time. I
APAC.
feel like I was just around,
APAC is a
like
privately
really
owned
influential.
corporation responsible for the operation and
And I
oversight of
felt
APAS,
very lucky. A
a
little
service
light.
provider to which
Oh, I
we
think
may
I've never been
delegate
up on the
day-to-day
tower.
governance.
To that, and they told me no.
You got rejected at the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, and I walked up the stairs, I did the whole thing, and then I was like, okay, let me get to the next level. And then they ushered us to like the elevator going down. Just,
Your performance in Mexico was
maybe it just
exemplary.
wasn't a good day. I don't know what they did.
Alright, Jenna Ortega.
Oh shit. It's the last one, right?
Beautiful bottle. Oh, I should change it too, right?
TBA is crazy.
Oh, and you have to put it on top.
What's good enough?
That's a good enough.
Good enough.
That's very.
Cannot thank you enough. Well done.
Cheers.
Was
I
it?
don't want to run.
All right.
I firmly
Cheers.
believe
Cheers.
that the only ones capable.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, is that jam?
That's delicious.
Alright.
It's actually like really good.
Jenna,
I've got the
See you in
craziest
the
thing on
break room all the time now.
right back at you. Right back at you.